Welcome back, you're watching 9 News. Moving on to Asian news. Indian anti-corruption cartoonist Assam Trivedi, who was arrested on sedition charges, has been released from jail on Wednesday. The 25-year-old cartoonist was arrested by police due to mocking politicians' corruption and insulting national emblem. Many protesters see his arrest as an attack on freedom of expression, criticizing the government as pseudo-democracy. At a court appearance on Monday, 2 days after his arrest, he had been remanded in custody until 24th September. Tuesday's order granting him bail came after an application from a member of the public. After the release, Trivedi thanked his supporters and announced that he will fight until the sedition law was taken out of the constitution. Government officials say that while they are not against free speech, there is a thin line between that and insulting national symbols. The United States called for calm between Japan and China after China dispatched 2 light armed patrol ships to the disputed islands. In response to Japan's purchase of the 3 disputed islands from private owners, China immediately dispatched 2 patrol ships to the islands to assert its sovereignty. China's Defense Ministry also issued a strong-worded statement against Japan's move to buy the islands. He said, "The Chinese government and armed forces stand firm and are unshakable in its determination and will safeguard sovereignty over the nation's territories. We are watching closely the evolution of the situation and reserve the rights to take reciprocal measures." Assistant Secretary of State Kurt Campbell said the United States paid close attention to the East China Sea issue. He urged both countries to solve the problem through peaceful dialogues. Mr. Campbell emphasized that the United States would not take positions in this issue. A fire at a Pakistan garment factory has claimed at least 289 lives, one of the worst fires in decades. The fire occurred in Pakistan's biggest city, Karachi, on Tuesday night. The factory was also the biggest garments factory in Pakistan, having more than 2,000 workers. The factory caught on fire after a blaze at a Lahore shoe factory, which killed 25 people. The Karachi factory had metal grills on the windows and no fire exits, leaving hundreds trapped inside while many jumped from upper floors. Firefighters on crane lifts battled to rescue other trapped survivors suffering from burns and smoke inhalation, but the death toll rose steadily over the day as the blaze raged for 15 hours overnight. The city's top official said the death toll is 289, but the final number could be more as the search for more bodies continues. Investigations have been announced into both fires. Reports say they may have been caused by faulty generators. The death toll from the fires raises familiar questions about industrial safety in the nuclear-armed South Asian nation. Now moving on to sports news. New Zealand was hugely successful at the London Paralympics, winning 17 medals, just 2 medals short of the team's record set in Atlanta in 1996, when the Games were boycotted by the Eastern Bloc countries.
Though swimming sensation Sophie Pascoe personally collected 6 medals, she was more satisfied with the team's result. In a first-line interview, Pascoe was most enthusiastic about the overwhelming crowd support. Every time she heard the name New Zealand in the 17,000-seat swimming pool arena, she was both amazed and motivated. On the other hand, she was disappointed in the lack of TV coverage in New Zealand. She believed Paralympians deserve the same recognition as Olympians. She sees herself as just the same as anyone else, having trained hard and achieved good results. She believes, justifiably, that more media coverage of Paralympic sport would increase the awareness of disabled society and what they are capable of.
An independent commission has released a 400-page document revealing the results of an in-depth investigation into the deaths of 96 Liverpool football fans in 1989.
The families of the victims of the Hillsborough disaster finally learnt what they already suspected, that the disaster was worse than it should have been due to the police's mishandling and subsequent cover-up. British police and medical emergency staff failed in their responsibility to the fans. 96 Liverpool fans were crushed to death in an FA Cup semi-final between Liverpool and Nottingham Forest. The report has revealed that up to 40 fans could have been saved with proper attention. There was no evidence of substance to suggest that the fans were either drunk or aggressive in any way, thereby contributing to the disaster, as was reported by police. Britain's Prime Minister David Cameron apologised on behalf of the government and called the disaster one of the greatest peacetime tragedies of the last century.
The Tasman Markles rugby team put in a good performance against Southland, beating them 13 points to 10 in the ITM Cup.
More than 4,000 Tasman Mako rugby supporters were at Lansdowne Park in Blenheim to cheer their team to victory on a cold and windy night. Stunning individual tries by wing Peter Beetham and fullback Robbie Malnick for Tasman secured the win to put them into second place, only 2 points behind Counties Manukau on the championship points ladder. Southland did score a try, though it didn't alter the outcome. It was the first time Tasman has beaten Southland in the last 5 attempts.
Now moving on to Happy Diner, introducing and reviewing your favourite restaurants in Auckland.
The statutory material of spaghetti is the durum wheat. Durum wheat is the hardest wheat. It has high density, high protein and high in gluten. After it is cooked, it's yellow in colour, can boil for long and the taste is good too. The sauce is also a key element in the delicious spaghetti bolognese. Use low temperature to simmer a lot of vegetables into sauce. The scent will then occupy your nostrils.
When you eat spaghetti, you'll most likely encounter 2 embarrassing questions. The first one is lack of sauce and taste. The second one is too much sauce will make the spaghetti taste greasy. The spaghetti bolognese, which we are going to share with you today, its ratio of sauce is tuned excellently. It ensures that after you have tried the first time, you'll want to try again.
We
use our own sauce. In addition, there are a lot of seasoning and fresh beef mince. Moreover, the price is very cheap. It's $11 only.
Organic lettuce, Parmesan cheese, crispy bacon and bread, matching up with chicken breasts marinated with lemon so that the diners could not help but moving their fingers. Last step of the cooking process, the finishing salad has a topping with homemade sauce and half-boiled garlic eggs. It is a nutritious diet and absolutely delicious. Chicken vegetable salad is a popular option in the restaurant, and the chicken vegetable salad we are going to share with you today is seasoned with lemon juice. Your mouth will not feel dry after you eat it. Plus, only one side of the chicken is roasted. The taste of the whole chicken is separated into 2 tiers. The first tier has roasted taste, while the other tier keeps the original juicy chicken taste. And the bacon is especially made to taste more crispy and delicious.